when things got dark, literally. Part 2, bone marrow transplant. So this is where we thought things were going to get better, but they ended up getting a lot worse, basically. Little recap. 2017, I finished chemo. Chances are your cancer is going to come back within a year if you don't have a bone marrow transplant. And basically what a bone marrow transplant is replacing your immune system. Well, how that works is that basically they test your siblings, because only your siblings can be a full match. I am the youngest of 6, so all my siblings were tested. My sister was a match. The process of that happened really quickly. So I was put into isolation for about 7.5 weeks. I could have 2 visitors at a time, but they'd have to like fully gown up. If somebody had sneezed on me, basically, it could have been super dangerous. Because when you have a bone marrow, the new marrow, which is from my donor, my sister, is now in my body. That marrow is like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. So it'll start attacking me. They call it graft versus host disease. And that can be a range of different things like skin issues, rashes. It can affect your heart, lungs, any organ. But they can't tell you what is going to happen. The first 100 days is like the acute stage of when most things can happen to you. Got home in late July that year. Got through the 100 days because I got through it with minimal side effects. On a lot of steroids and a lot of immune suppressant medication. Things were starting to kind of look up. I was starting to feel better. Still on a lot of meds. I'll insert a few photos. I know people are going to see the moon face. That was from all the steroids. Then shit hit the fan. We got to the middle of October. The transplant was done in May. Got through the 100 days. And I remember just feeling like a sting in my eye. I better go get it checked out. But by the time I went to get it checked, it was already in both eyes. That was the beginning of absolute torture. And obviously they thought maybe it'll just run out of my system within a couple of weeks. It didn't. It just kept on going and getting worse, to a point where it became so brutal that I just couldn't look at light anymore. It was too painful. So what was happening was the bone marrow was basically attacking me, and the organ it chose to attack was my eyes. And I was kind of just told that, unfortunately, this just has to run out of your system. That was going on from October up until the following July. In that time, I was in hospital for 4 months because I basically didn't want to live anymore. I just thought my life was over. It's just gone 25. I had gone through chemo for cancer. I had gone through a bone marrow transplant that I thought was going to completely save my life. And then I got this absolutely horrible side effect that drained me. It played a massive role on my mental health. I was living in darkness. Not that I wanted to. My eyes were too sore to be able to look at anything, and it put me into a deep depression. Now, when things started to ease off, the damage was already done. My eyes were healing, but basically they healed with the skin over the cornea. What it was left with was scar tissue over my eyes. I could see with shapes and shadows. I could see light coming in, but there was nothing there. Like, it was just shapes and shadows. I wouldn't have been able to get around by myself. It was pretty hard to take, to be honest. But in that time, like, I did speak with therapists and people that were able to help me mentally. So Vision Ireland got involved as well. I also just want to say that this is my story. I don't want people to be worried if they know somebody that's going to go through a bone marrow transplant. They don't know what side effects somebody's going to get. Unfortunately, mine was just very unusual. My cancer was unusual for me to get it at a young age, where it was when they found it. There's more to it after this as well. I hope you enjoyed this part. I'm the only one in the Republic of Ireland that has this. I'm aware you can probably see it now through my glasses, but my glasses are my shield. I wear them a lot. I don't normally wear my clear glasses all the time, but I want to. So yeah, I'm hoping that maybe sharing my story will give me a bit more confidence in the sense of being on here and talking to you. Let's hope that'll help. Yeah, I want you to come along with me. I will be doing a few things in the near future There's a reason I have the braces, because they took a tooth for the surgery. I had to get my tooth replaced, things like that. Getting the braces off soon. So I'm very excited. But I will be sharing more about the OOKP quite soon. This one was a tough one to talk about, but I hope you stayed along with me for this part. Thank you.